This time I will be making this beautiful 3-petal flower with 2 stamens. For work we need a ball of yarn and a pair of knitting needles to knit a flower. And for the stamens I will be using thinner yarn and smaller sized double point knitting needles. You would also need a tapestry needle. To begin, we need to cast on 11 stitches. I made a slip knot. This is the first cast on stitch, and continue with the cable cast on method. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last one 11. I have 11 stitches on the main needle. Now I'm going to knit stockinette. Begin knitting the first row. Knit the first edge stitch, then knit each stitch across the row except the last one, and purl the last stitch for the edge. Turn the work to the wrong side, row 2. Slip the edge stitch purlwise and purl edge stitch across. Purl the last stitch as well. Turn the work, row 3, right side. Slip the edge stitch, then knit 2 together, then knit 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, row 4, slip the edge stitch and purl edge stitch across. Again, turn, work on the right side, row 5, slip the edge stitch, then knit 2 together, knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, continue with row 6, slip the edge stitch and purl edge stitch across. Again, turn to the right side, work row 7. This is the middle row of our petal. Slip the edge stitch, then knit each stitch till the last one and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, row 8, slip the edge stitch and purl till the end. Turn to the right, row 9, slip the edge stitch, then knit 1 back and front increase. For this, first knit into the back leg and then into the front leg of the same stitch. Continue, knit 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, row 10, slip the first stitch and purl each stitch across. Then turn to the right side, row 11, slip the first stitch, then increase, knit twice into the next stitch, first into the back leg, then into the front leg of the same stitch, then knit 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, row 12, slip the first stitch and purl each stitch till the end. Now turn to the right side and bind off all of the stitches to complete the first petal. I am binding off stitches using the decrease bind off by knitting 2 together. Work in this way till you have 1 loop on your needle, and remember, make loose stitches. Here I bound off all of the stitches, 1 loop remains, hold it on the main needle. Our first petal is ready. For the flower, I need to make 2 more same petals. So let's knit the second petal following the same pattern. We need to cast on 10 more stitches to have 11 stitches on the main needle. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last one, 11. Begin it in the first row, right side. Knit each stitch except the last one. We need to purl the last stitch for the edge. Turn to the wrong side, work row 2, slip the edge stitch purlwise and purl 10. Then turn its right side, row 3, slip the edge stitch, then knit 2 together. Then knit 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and purl the last stitch. Turn to the wrong side, row 4, slip the edge stitch and purl edge stitch across. Continue, complete this petal and make 1 more following the same pattern. Here I'm about to complete the last third petal. I just need to bind off all of the stitches. Work on the right side. I'm binding off by knitting 2 together. Work till you have 1 loop on the needle. Now I have 3 petals ready for my flower. You can cut the yarn, leaving the tail about 20 centimeters long for sewing the petals together, and pull this last loop all the way through the stitch and continue working with the tapestry needle to form the flower. Here I thread the yarn tail into the yarn needle. Now work on the right side, go with the needle through each edge stitch. Then pull the yarn and continue. Insert the needle in 2 strands of each side stitch. Work in this way till the end of this row. Pass the yarn through each edge stitch. Here I'm almost done. Now pull the yarn, tightening the center, and we need to straighten up the petals to make a nice beautiful flower. Here you have an option. You can make the right side of stockinette as a front for your flower, or the back side of stockinette as a front. Now we need to fix the petals in this position. Put the first petal behind the last one and sew them together on the back by making several stitches. Here I will be working through the cast on stitches of my first petal. I'll make 3-4 stitches here. The same way you can sew the rest of the petals, or you just can leave them like they are. Here is my 3-petal flower. As you can see, I decided to make the right side of stockinette as a front for my flower. Now let's put this flower on a side for a while and begin making the stamens. For this, I will be knitting a cord, working with double point knitting needles and thinner yarn of white color. So to begin, cast on 4 stitches, make a slip knot, and cast on 3 more stitches with the cable cast on method. Here I have 2 stitches, 3, and the last one, 4. Now knit each stitch. I'm knitting into the back leg to create twisted stitches. In this case, our cord will be a little harder. The first row is made. Now to work the next row, do not turn the work. I remind you that I'm using a double point needle. You just slide these stitches to the other side of the needle and begin the second row. Knit these 4 stitches into the back leg. Here you need to tighten the first stitch to bring the working yarn closer to the beginning of this row. Second row is made. Now do the same. Do not turn the work. Slide these stitches to the second point of the needle and knit each stitch again. Knit the first stitch and at the same time pull the working yarn closer to the first stitch, creating the cord in this way. I am knitting into the back leg to create twisted stitches. You can knit as normal. Again, slide these stitches to the other point of the needle and knit each stitch. One, 2, 3, and 4. Repeat again. Continue and make this cord long enough for your stamens. This one cord will work for 2 stamens. To complete the cord, knit 4 stitches together, then cut the yarn and pull the last loop all the way through the stitch. Then hide the tail inside of the cord using a tapestry needle. Here I completed my cord. It is about 8-10 centimeters long. As you can see from one side, I have already finished it. I worked with a tapestry needle and yarn that I used for the flower. Let's work the other end together. I thread the yarn into the needle. Now to begin, pass the yarn inside of the cord to hide the tail in the same time. Like this. Now make a stitch from the back to the front. Then wrap the yarn around the cord and go from the front to the back through the cord. And again repeat the same. You see how I'm making stitches that nicely cover the end of my cord. Now let's work from the back. Pass the yarn to the back, fix it with 1 stitch and turn. Here we need to do the same. We need to make stitches until we cover the end of the cord with this purple yarn. Now to complete the work, we need to pass the yarn tail inside of the cord and hide it there. Now we need to sew this cord to the center of our flower. You can fold it in half and in the middle sew it to the center, or you can make one stamen taller than the other one, like this. I will go with this second loop. I'm going to sew the cord to the center using the yarn tail of my flower. Our flower is ready. We just need to hide the tail on the back. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to our channel.